Okay, hi everyone. We're going to do a little bit more standing up work in this Pilates session. So our setup is a bit more important because we're going to see if we can maintain a neutral spine in some different positions. So we're going to work on that for the first few minutes. So if you come and bring your feet hip distance and then just loosen off the shoulders and draw them back. And then just draw the head back a little bit so we sit the ear above the shoulder. And then let's come to our neutral spine. So let's do our rocking forward and back today. And then let's find our middle position where we normally do. And then I just want you to bring a bit of awareness to that. So we're trying to create this small curve here in the lower back. And ideally we've got the opposite small curve going the other way in the upper back. So we don't want to be like this. We don't want to be too much like this. So we're seeing if we can create those gentle curves which put our spine in the strongest position. Now, it's not too difficult to find it here, but when I start bringing you forward into different positions, you might find that you start to flex the back. So really highlighting, trying to keep this neutral spine in whatever position we're in this evening. So let's just draw up a little through the legs so they're not locked, they're not bent. Refine that neutral spine and draw the abdominals in. All right. So first of all, we're lifting one arm, we're opening it to the side, we're bringing it back up and bringing it down. Now I want you to notice that my thumb is up or out when I bring my arm to the side. So you'll see my thumb is out, my arm's turned out. Now I've taken you into a straight arm warm up very quickly. So if it doesn't work for you, you could do some shoulder rolls instead. Or you could stay with just one arm. So I'm now bringing you to two. So we lift, we open, we lift, and we return. Keeping our neutral spine, opening through the shoulders. Let's do one more. Then holding your position and turning your head side to side. Then dropping the ear to each shoulder. And lastly, dropping the chin down and then coming back to neutral. Returning to this when you're ready. And starting now to push back a little at the top here. So what you have to make sure is that when you push back, I'm getting lost now. When you push back here, nothing else changes in your spine. So you keep neutral throughout this position. So we'll all have slightly different ranges of movement. Some of us will only be able to come to here. Some of you who are really loose in the shoulders will be able to push your arms behind your shoulders, or behind your ears. I don't know if you can push arms behind shoulders. Let's do one more. And then leave arms by the side. Now come into a roll down. So I want you to roll down how you normally would. And then I want you to bring your hands to your thighs. You might need to come high. See if you can find a neutral spine here. So you're going to have to stick your bum out, find that curve, still drawing the abdominals. Just hold it for a moment. Then come out of it and roll back up. So rolling down, chin tucks, flexing the spine, finding your neutral spine as much as you can, drawing abdominals in. Just hold it for a moment and then come out of it, back into your roll and roll up. One more, rolling down, Finding neutral. Now, if you're in class with me, I'd probably come over to a number of you and I'd ask you to push your chest forward. So if you're one of those people, do that now. So finding neutral again and then rolling out of it. So we're coming back to that in a moment. Take a wider stance now. Stay in neutral and we're just taking one set of squats. So we're doing about 8. You can go slower than me. You can go lower than me if you want to. I'm just doing mini squats here. Let's just check the knees are in line with the toes. Second toe ideally. And again, maintaining neutral. So making sure that when you squat, you don't round your lower or your upper back. Let's do 2 more. We're returning to the roll downs and I want you to watch this one. So we're rolling down just like before. We're finding our neutral spine and we're seeing if we can lift the arms by the ears. Now, if you can't get there, just hold neutral. If you can get there, you'll feel it all the way up the sides of the back. We're holding for maybe 5 seconds, then we're dropping the arms, coming out of it and rolling up again. So join in when you're ready, chin tucks, rolling down to mobilize the spine, finding neutral, abdominals drawn in, chest lifted. Can you lift the arms? If this is too much, you could come up and lift the arms standing. Otherwise, staying here, releasing the arms, rolling back up. Let's do 2 more. Find neutral, brace abdominals, arms. You should be looking like I'm looking right at the end of my mat. Arms release, roll up. 1 more. Okay, so let's just swing the arms and take some gentle twists because you should have felt that through the muscles in the spine. Now we're coming back to our squats. I'm going to invite you to do them with your arms reaching up and again reaching back. So your arms might be here as you squat. Again, if that changes the shape in the back, maybe drop the arms, bring them across the chest. So the arms are pressing back, we're still in neutral, we haven't increased our curve, abdominals are still tight, and we're squatting here. Now it's less about the legs, it's more about the back and the shoulders. You've got options, remember, you could be here, pressing arms back as you squat. So are your abdominals still tight? Are your shoulders dropped? What's happening in your back? Are you keeping that neutral spine in your lower back, but also not rounding your upper back? Let's do 1 more. And release. Bring the arms forward. Go into bad posture now. To just stretch that out a little bit. Okay, so coming and standing in good alignment like we set up before and sliding one leg out and in. So seeing if you can stay even so you're not shifting as the leg slides. Now if you can, rather than slide, lift and lower. So you might get a bit of work in the hip and the bottom, but again, this is about holding your alignment as you move the leg. 4 more. You can just slide instead. Okay, Other side. My mat's sticky today. Ooh. So see how you get on with that side. You might have to do a few slides first. Make sure you tighten the abdominals. You're still really aligned. Ear, shoulder, shoulder, hip. 4 more. Might feel it a bit in your supporting leg as well. Okay, well done. So have a moment, give your legs a shake. All right, so we're coming to single leg deadlifts. Now, again, the aim is to keep neutral. So you're going to tip from the hip as your leg lifts. So let's all just try one. You'll need abdominal strength here. So let's take the left leg just off. And as you tip forward, keeping neutral, keeping chest up, the leg lifts behind you and then it comes back in. Now, you want to keep this posture and just move your body like a seesaw. So moving just from the hips. So we're going to do 4 more. If you can keep this foot off the ground, please do. I'm going to have to concentrate as well as I do it. So have a go. The good thing is no one's looking. You could hold onto a wall if you need to. But see if you can do it slowly. So when you come back up, you return as slowly as you went down. Now you should feel this in your bottom. Yes, some people might get a little bit of work around the ankle too. You can have your knee a little bit soft. You might find you can go a bit further on each one. We've got 1 more. If you've done your 4, you can relax. And take a moment. And then when you're ready, we did 5 on the other side in total. Set yourself up. Have a go on the other leg. Remember all your options. If it's really too tricky for anyone, you could just practice balancing on one leg. Eyes focused on a steady spot would help. Two more, I think. Oh dear. I hope you're not looking at me. Okay, all right, give the legs a shake and come down to your mat. I never started my stopwatch. Okay, we're coming onto our sides now for a little bit of work here. So first of all, you're going to be on your elbow. Have your legs long and you're going to roll onto your bottom cheek. And if you can, lift both legs. So your arm here is reaching. We're doing tiny little pulses. So we're lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. We're seeing if we can use this muscle here. You are pushing a bit off this elbow, but there shouldn't be too much pressure through the joints. We're pulsing. You could exhale as you pulse. We're going to do 10 more. Now, you'll feel it a bit in the leg holding you, but I really want you to feel it here. So if you're not, tip back further, find a position where you can get it. One more. Okay. Come and lay down and lay long. Either rest the head on the arm or support the head. Top leg comes forward and then top leg goes back. So you've got to make sure you've got a bit of room. Then see if you can take the other leg with you. So we're splitting them as far apart as we can. The higher they are, the more you'll feel it in your side. Let's do one more. And then we're going to do 8 quick ones, but much, much shorter. So they're tiny here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest if you need to. Come again to make them as big as you can. Really stretch them out. And we're doing 8 of these, or 4 of these actually. But we're making them extra big. So I'm hoping it's getting you here. 1 more of these big ones. And then, if you're still with me, 8 quick ones. And rest. So you might want to just give the leg a little bit of a rub, give the side a bit of a rub. Now, we're coming into a side plank now, and we're going to thread the needle. Your option could be to do this, that you've done with me before, if you really don't like side planks. Otherwise, we're on the elbow, and you could double up your mat to support your elbow. We're coming up to the knees. Tighten the abdominals. You're inhaling here, and as you exhale, you're threading through. Now I want you to see if you can keep your hips facing me. So the thread comes through the torso. If anyone wants to jump up on their feet and have a go at this on their feet, they can. So you'd be here, and you'll be feeling it in the opposite side, in the lower side. 4 more if you can. This should be quite tough now. So it would be fine to take a break. It would be fine to come down to your knees. So you exhale, inhale, 1 more. And rest. Come and lay on your backs. Feet on the ground. Put your tongue behind your top teeth so your neck stays happy, and curl up. And then staying here with really tight abdominals, gap between chin and chest. You're reaching for each ankle. It's not a long set. It should hit the spot because we've already worked those areas. Let's do 2 more each side. And rest. Take a stretch, stretch your arms and your legs away. And then come and set yourself up so you're facing the other side. So you're on your elbow to start, elbow under shoulder. Your legs are straight. You're rolling back onto your bottom cheek. The arm is here, and we're pulsing. We've got 10 more, so we're bringing the ribs and the hip closer together. Okay, and rest. Come and lay long. Make sure you've got room in front and behind you. So we're splitting the legs, these really big splits. Oof. You might, if you're tight in your hamstrings, your legs might be a bit bent. Let's do one more. And then ready for 8 quick ones, small ones. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest if you need to. Come again with the slow ones. It should feel harder on this side because we've already pre-worked these sides now. I've lost count. I think we've got 4 more. And then 8 quick ones. Oh, 2 more that was. Ooh, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest if you need to. Come up onto your elbow. And then we're coming to our side plank again, yeah? So we're lifting. We breathe in here. So we exhale and thread. We inhale and roll out. We're still seeing if we can keep those hips facing front. Oh, 2 more if you can. And rest. Come and lay on your back. Tongue behind top teeth, squeeze the abdominals to curl you up, and then we're reaching. And rest. I hope you can't hear my rumbling tummy. Okay, so let's bring knees above hips. We're nearly there. Let's find a neutral spine. So come into leg drops, which you're used to. Leg dropping and lifting. Keeping the tension in the abs. One more. And then hold legs still, curl up and pump the arms. Keep breathing, keep tightening the abdominals. And rest. Now we're going to make that into a combination, so this should feel a lot more effective this time. So we're doing 4 leg drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, curl up, 8 pumps. Head down, 4 leg drops. Are you keeping a neutral spine? If you can't feel it in your abdominals, draw them in more. Curl up. Head down. Extend the leg further out if you need more work. Straighten the legs out when you pump if you want more work here. Head down. We're doing 2 more. Curl up. Oh, 1 more. And rest. So drop knees to one side and just stretch out a little bit through the side there. And then change. Okay, come and sit up. So this is going to be your last one. If this doesn't suit you for any reason, you could do this sitting directly up like this and work on mobility. We've got the hands in front. We're going to take a roll back. So we're rounding through the back as we roll back. We're coming back up. So it's about a half roll back. And then we're twisting to one side and we're twisting to the other side. So this could be your first choice. Rolling back up, finding neutral, doing your twist there in neutral. So that's quite nice, she says. Come again. Now your option is to roll back, twist here, and then roll up. So it's exactly the same timing. Make sure you come back to neutral here. So you're either doing your twists in a slight C shape in the spine with me, or you're doing your twists in neutral up here, whatever works best for you. Two more. Last one. And rest. Oh. So bend the legs a little if you need to, and just come over and feel a stretch in the back of the legs. And then just come around so you're laying on your front, come to your elbows, push through the elbows. So you'll get two things here. You'll get a nice release in your lower back and you'll get a stretch in your abdominals. Come to the knees now if you can and push back into shell stretch. Come to all fours, pass one arm through and just stretch off through the back. So we did a lot of work at the beginning in those shoulder blades. Let's change sides. Come and sit. Bring your right leg over and let's hug that knee in and turn towards it. So you get a nice stretch there through your hip. And then bring both legs long. Take a side bend. Bring the left leg over. Turn and hug that knee in. Legs come long. Side bend the other way. Come up to your feet when you're ready. Reach up. Now take your wrist in your other hand and take that side bend further now, so you really stretch out through the side. And then change sides. Bring the arms behind. Let's clasp the hands and draw them back. Stand tall again, Breathe in, arms open, just how we started, but just noticing how much freer you are now. Let's do one more. Rolling down through the spine. This time just coming to your elbows and rounding out through your back and then arching your back. Let's do one more. Rounding out through the back, arching through the back, and then rolling up. Taking a big breath in, lifting your arms. Bring your hands forward and give yourselves a big clap. Well done.